morning. How are you doing? It is Craig Bennett, aka Cash Keg, here with DFSArmy for another Prizepicks video. We only got 3 days of NBA regular season left, and then we got the play-ins, which is May 18th to 21st, and then we got the playoffs for 2 months. So a lot of craziness is going to go on here for the last couple days of NBA. We got 16 games on Sunday, but tonight we have, I believe, 8 games on tap, and then 6 on Saturday and 16 on Sunday. So lots of craziness going on. Again, we're going to do some prize picks here. I'm going to jump in. Instead of giving you my 5 favorite picks, I'm going to kind of just walk through the board, what's out there now, and kind of talk about some injury situations and maybe some lines we can take advantage of and we can look at and maybe jump on them early and just kind of give you my thoughts, and maybe that'll help a little bit because there's just so much going on the last couple days of the NBA. But if you don't have a Prizepicks account, head on over there, use promo code DFSArmy and get that 100% instant match up to $100. Again, it's a lot of fun. We got WNBA on tap too. It should be a lot of fun. Baseball's in fact, got a bunch of stuff over there, but I'm going to talk about the NBA today. Again, these 8 games, and we'll just go over there and dive right in. But if you don't mind, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk a little bit of basketball. All right, like I said, this is the Prizepicks desktop version. They got mobile version as well if you want to do that. But I'm just going to talk about, we don't have the single stats up yet. We just got the fantasy score. So I'm just going to kind of go down through this with the lines that are up, the games that are up, and we'll just talk about them a little bit. And hopefully that'll help you out a little bit. With Cleveland and Washington, the big news again is Bradley Beal is out today. So it's going to be all Westbrook here. 67 seems like a high number. But, they continue to need to win. Washington's favored by 8. That is a super high number, but he's going to continue to be super aggressive. When the lines come out, I would look at the points. If it's anywhere sub 30, I think I would jump on it for the over. He's going to continue to look to go heavy there. So the fantasy points, I don't think I would touch that. That is a really high number, but he could still get there. He's been crushing night in and night out. So I don't think I would look there. Rui's been shooting a lot, but he's not getting a massive amount of minutes, but going up against Cleveland, I don't mind looking at that with the over. Kevin Love put up a monster 50 burger here last time he was out, but you can't really trust Kevin Love at all, so I don't think I would look at that too much either. Colin Sexton at 39, I don't mind looking at that. Garland is questionable, so if Garland does play, it would take me off Sexton a little bit there. Okoro's been playing really good. If Garland is out and Osman is out, I don't mind the over on Okoro. He's been playing really good ball. Raul Neto, don't really want to touch that. Washington's one of the worst rebounding teams in the league, so I don't mind looking at a Jared Allen over 29 fantasy points there. We can look at Davis Bertans 22, maybe the over on that, but he's got to get hot from 3, so I'm not too excited about that. Coming down here to Denver at Detroit, this is a crazy one here. They sat Michael Porter Jr. Last night, and they also sat Monte Morris. Monte Morris is going to play. Porter Jr. is just rest, so I can see him going to play as well. So I don't know if they'll do it with Jokic. Jokic is questionable. He played last night. He's wanting to play all the games. He might play tonight as well. So, but Porter Jr. 40, that's a pretty fair number. I don't really have nothing there. I think I would go the under on Campazzo, especially if we're going to get Monte Morris playing. I don't think you need to go here. I like the under on that one. Gordon, if Jokic did sit, I guess I wouldn't mind the over on Gordon, but I really have no play there as well. Josh Jackson, I love the over here. They are just all hurt. Plumlee, Frank Jackson, Corey Joseph, Wayne Ellington, Isaiah Stewart, Jeremy Grant, they are all out. Diallo's questionable as well. No Magruder. So Jackson should be able to do everything here. So I love the over on 24 fantasy points for him. Killian Hayes, I don't mind the over on that one as well. Coming down here as well with the next game with Orlando at Philly here. I don't really want to play any of these guys. I guess you could look at Wagner for over 20 fantasy points, but nobody that I'm super excited about playing. RJ Hampton. It's just not a game I really want to attack at all. With this Philly news, we don't really have a whole lot here. Joe Embiid is questionable. Mobamba's questionable. If Embiid was out, I guess I would like over. If we had no Embiid, no Mobamba, over 27 fantasy points for Carter, I like. But both those guys would have to be out. If Embiid played, which they are on a back-to-back, they lost against Miami last night. It could be, a little. That's a number that I wouldn't mind attacking. Again, Utah, OKC. Utah's favored by 13.5, 222 over. Mike Conley is questionable here. He hasn't played in a while. If he comes back, it kind of just screws up these other guys. But OKC is a horrible team. Utah should just be able to route these guys. Should be able to get whatever they want. Rudy Gobert, 41. I guess I would lean the over. I just worry about blowout run, but they should be able to crush anyone here at OKC. OKC is just a super bad team. Bogdanovich, over 28 fantasy points. I would love if Mike Conley was not coming back. If Mike Conley comes back, I don't really like that number. Same with kind of Joe Ingles. I don't mind going over on that if Mike Conley doesn't play. If Mike Conley comes back, I don't think I like Ingles at all. I would go under on that one. Coming down here a little bit more. Toronto, man. Toronto played 8 guys, did not play Bobby Boucher or Chris Boucher. Trent yesterday, they both just sat him. So I guess, Stanley Johnson put up a 50 burger yesterday. I don't think you can look for that. But if Toronto is going to continue to play, these guys, Wadabe is out, or I'm sorry, doubtful. Siakam, Van Fleet, Lowry, OG are all doubtful. I don't think that they play. If they're going to go back and do the same kind of thing, I think you can look at Kim Birch. I think you can look at Stanley. I think those would be the 2 guys I think I would lean on the overs here. If Trent Jr. does not start again, do not play him. If he does start, I don't mind the over on him. But this situation is going to be a little weird with Toronto as we try to figure out what is going on. Come down here a little bit more. The Clippers at Houston, don't really like any of these guys here. Do we have a line on this game at all? Yeah, Clippers favored by 12, 227 over under. Kawhi Leonard is doubtful, and Paul George is doubtful. So this actually could be an interesting matchup with both of those guys are probably going to sit. The Clippers favored by 12. I might like Houston here, actually. Kevin Porter Jr. is out. Christian Wood is out. So maybe Kelly Olynyk over. Jayshawn Tate. I like Jayshawn Tate a lot when we get Porter and Wood off, so I like him. Amari Brooks, they continue to want to see what they got with him, so the over on him as well. I like that. So there is some things here. I guess we can look at Houston now that I see that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are doubtful. So we can jump on these Houston guys on the over because they're just not as good as a defensive team. So we can look at that. Serge Ibaka is probable though, so but again, I think you're fine there. And then we got to look at kind of what we're going to do here with Memphis at Sacramento. Memphis favored by 8. A lot of guys are doubtful in this game. Joe Val's doubtful. John Morant's doubtful. Kyle Anderson's doubtful. Dylan Brooks is doubtful. So it really doesn't matter what's kind of going on here. I think things are going to, I don't think any of these guys are going to play. Kyle Anderson, all these guys are doubtful right now. Buddy Hield, this would be a good over for me. DeLon Wright would be a good over for me because we got no Fox is doubtful, Barnes is doubtful, Holmes, Bagley. So I would look at those guys. Terrence Davis has been balling if you want to look at him. But these Memphis guys I wouldn't look at. And then this Golden State team, this would be another thing we got to look at as well. Brandon Ingram's questionable. Lonzo Ball is out. Steven Adams is questionable. But on the Golden State side, none of these guys are going to play as well. We don't have great Draymond Green, Steph Curry are both doubtful. I don't see them playing tonight. And so we don't really have any Golden State guys. But I would look at write it down, Jordan Poole. Look at him if he does play. So this is kind of what I'm looking at here. Hopefully that helped just kind of running through this. Again, interesting NBA, the last 3 games here. We're going to look at this injury news, and the projections will be updated again constantly over at DFSArmy as we get news in. But there's a ton of news on this today, and Sunday's going to be even crazier with a lot of these stars just kind of sitting, waiting for the playoffs to get out. So if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully you can win some money over at Prizepicks. And again, use that promo code DFSArmy and get 100% match deposit up to $100, and hopefully you can win some money today. But with that, enjoy your Friday TGIF, and I'll see you on the flip side. Deuces.